and welcome to another California Guy video. This video is entitled Blacks, Trump, and Healthcare. Now, over the last uh, couple of weeks or days, it's been an attack on black reporters, black congresspeople, and it's been well, actually, for a couple of months. It's been an attack and an assault on African American people. You had examples such as, and I'm gonna touch on the guy in New York with the sword. So, you guys, I have a video coming up this weekend, a hot video on that. So I'm gonna break that down this weekend. But you had an attack on black people beginning of this year. Ever since Obama was left as president. Not only is Obama still getting attacked, but then you had Maxine Waters get attacked, and you had April Ryan getting attacked, and you had John Lewis getting attacked. What does this mean to black people? This means that we're going into a level of white supremacy all over again, but they're trying to be more secretive. Now, black people, you see Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not your friend. Donald Trump has attacked John Lewis, a prominent African American civil rights leader, and people know his history of him getting beat up and assaulted in the South in the '60s, and he's became a very prominent, respected leader. And you have a guy like Donald Trump trying to shit on him, which is done on purpose. Then you have April Ryan getting shitted on by Spicer up in the White House press briefings. Now, April Ryan. I've followed April Ryan for a lot of years. She's a very good black woman. She's a very good reporter, and for her to get attacked, and I'm speaking out for this because a lot of black men, have a lot of these black men are cowards. One thing I learned from Malcolm X is to protect the black woman. And I noticed on Black YouTube and Black social media, I don't see enough black men coming to April Ryan's defense. I haven't seen no YouTube videos on April Ryan. I haven't seen nobody speak up for April Ryan. I see, only time we speak out is when I guess a black man gets killed on by police, which I don't mind talking about that. But then we need to look at the overt racism that's going on with our black woman, and April Ryan is a respected reporter, but it's getting ignored by a lot of black men on black YouTube. I haven't seen too many videos on April Ryan, but I'm going to speak out for April Ryan, and it was really, really, disgusting how April Ryan is getting treated by the press corps. And it's disgusting that Omarosa, her friend, threw her under the bus for white daddy. And it's disgusting that enough black men didn't rally around April Ryan. There should have been more videos for April Ryan because, again, she's a respected journalist that works for a black publication that's able to attend these briefings, and this white man is totally disrespecting her. The next disgusting thing was Bill O'Reilly attacking Maxine Waters and saying she looks like James Brown, and she compares her as this elderly black woman, again another respected civil rights leader, to James Brown, of trying to insult her in many ways, and then saying I'm just playing. This is the type of shit that's going on in Trump's world. We're literally into a level of Jim Crow white supremacy in 2017. We're insulting this black woman. So they're attacking these elderly black women and black journalists and black men. The next disgusting thing is saying that Barack Obama purposely tapped Donald Trump's plaza, and which was a lie, which that was a proven lie by his own party and Democrats and the FBI. So these white people, these white supremacists, is attacking blacks, but black people needs to rally around their brothers and sisters and the elders and try to protect them instead of not really doing videos on it or talking about it enough. Or we need to rally around protecting our communities, and we're busy off doing other stuff. The next one is the health care bill that Donald Trump is talking about. Now, a lot of African American people are ignoring the health care bill or got pure ignorance when it comes to the health care deal. And again, Donald Trump and the conservative right wing movement is trying to remove this. They're trying to silence black people by saying that this is good for black people. Now, I'm going to break down the Trump care. Trump care would not have benefited people of African descent in the United States. They was trying to knock off a lot of black people from insurance. Black people in America, and I'm gonna say this, and I think I forgot which radio. I've listened to a few black radio shows, and a lot of these Negroes keep saying that the Trump that they don't like universal health care or Obamacare, Affordable Care Act. And I used to listen to this on TRS and other radio shows. You had different hosts say that it's bad, but they don't really know what they're talking about because for a long time, it's not a white thing either. This is really for our people. So I'm not talking for white people. Is that Trump care benefits the African American person, man, woman, and child. For a long time, black people were dying from various diseases, and they weren't, and black men was not seeing doctors because they didn't have proper health insurance. So, in the kind of insurance they would get through welfare, the doctors weren't really telling them nothing. They were just getting them a pill, putting them out, and they go home, but they're diagnosed with other things. The African American person has to look out for their community, and we do not look out for our communities. Instead, we say stuff like we repeat stuff that we hear white people say, rich white people, by the way, say, and then we be like, oh well, we don't need Obamacare when Obamacare is needed. The Affordable Care Act is needed for the communities because we want to keep our elderly people medicated up. We want to keep the kids healthy, and we want to keep kids on our premiums. If we have Medicaid, so whatever, if it's hurting a white person, then a black person's gonna get doubly hurt. And so, you got these black people saying stuff like you don't need this, you don't need that, but they're voting against their interests. And that's the problem with African American individuals. They go against their interests. But that Obamacare is safe for now because it's needed for our communities, and Planned Parenthood. These different organizations are needed for the black community. If they're not a liberal cause, they're a black cause because again, Planned Parenthood benefits black females that's low income that can't get all of the testing that they need and contraceptions that's needed for themselves. And having clinics benefits black men who needs the health insurance also, who may have diabetes and high blood pressure and could get checked in cancers. Moving on, black people have yet, the civil rights leaders have yet to sit with Donald Trump and address jobs in the United States. Um, the plan that Donald Trump had, and I think I spoke about it in a video a couple of videos back, is not designed to really help black people. Putting putting corporations into the black community such as Walmart is not going to help black people to rise out of poverty. What is needed in the black community is monies so that black people could open up businesses again and companies so that they could hire other black people. In fact, we don't really need the government for that. We need to control our own communities again. If we practice black group economics and we start to expand on businesses because we got the money is there. Because black people spend the most money in the United States, believe it or not. We contribute to the United States economy, but that money goes directly into white pockets and foreigners' pockets. But if we learned how to utilize the black economic system, we wouldn't really need the government to come into the black community and try to clean it up. We need to clean up our own community. We need to not have the corporations come into our communities like T-Mobile and Walmart, all these deals that your civil rights leaders are doing, and they're coming in and they're not still hiring black people like that. They may hire a few welfare mothers or dads, but then it's still majority of them are Latinos and Asians and Indians who benefit from these tax breaks with the companies, and instead they are making money and saving money to pursue interests in their own communities. Meanwhile, in the black community, where of still have black men unemployed, black women working in far areas, and black women who has to be nurses, or maybe they go to college to do something with themselves, and it still doesn't benefit the black community. Black people still poor, and they're still buying from foreigners in the community and buying from Walmart, a white corporation, instead of blacks trying to formulate something in their community, like Chinatown, like Koreatown, like Hispanic communities, which controls their money because they have a infrastructure which is controlled. They have their own dueling economies. Instead, black people do not have a dueling economy. Instead, we're begging like we did Obama, like we did George W. Bush, like we did Clinton. We're begging white people to create jobs in our community when we could grow the jobs. What we should be asking for is federal monies in order to grow our economy. That's what we should be asking for. Just like the slaves did in at the end of the at the during Reconstruction. During Reconstruction, blacks built up communities. One of the reasons why they wanted to end Reconstruction is because black people were making money. That's what people do not understand. Black people started to create businesses, get into politics, get well educated, and the Southerners hated it, so they wanted to end it. And there's several examples of that. Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, and Rosewood. Those cities were burnt down primarily because black people were competing with the economy. We were making money and we had dueling economies. We didn't need the white man for anything because guess what? The white man didn't want to do for blacks. So black people did for themselves. We need to start getting up on group economics and making that a way of life. Buy black, support black, and create black. Like and share this video, people, and have a good weekend. Peace out.